Howdy folks, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is Monday, October 28th, 2024, and this is my report for week 73 of my journey to Wonderland using Lion Diet Carnivore and alternate day fasting. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into those daily videos, see how things went this week here on Big Anklevich on health. Okay, it is Monday. We're starting out another week, and I was lazy. I got fat yesterday for fat trimmings, but I hadn't cut it up yet, and that takes a lot of time and effort, and I just didn't want to do it. So instead, all I ate today was a whole bunch of ground beef. All the ground beef that I cooked up on Sunday. I ate some of it on Sunday, and then today I just ate the rest of it. I ate half of it first thing in the morning, and then the other half a little bit later in the day, and that's my food. That's all I'm eating is that. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I probably should have had fat. We'll see if I have time tomorrow to get all that fat cut up, but I need to get going on that so that I can have that. Okay, it is Tuesday, and this morning I got up. I had some more just ground beef. I didn't feel like making anything else. I was mostly lazy, I guess. Last night, as I was about to go to bed, I thought, oh shoot, I don't even have anything to eat tomorrow. And so I ran out to the garage and got a tube of ground beef out of the freezer and set it out to thaw so that it would be ready to cook in the morning. I didn't feel like, well, I mean, it was too late to get a roast, because a roast I have to cook it all night long, so it needed to be unfrozen already. Those are generally my options. That's what I eat, is roast, ground beef, fat trimmings, and steak. I did have a steak in the fridge. Usually just one steak's not enough for a whole day though, so I needed a little bit more. So that's what I had. I had ground beef first thing in the morning, and it was really good. I don't usually get too excited about ground beef, but this time it was pretty tasty. I was pretty hungry. I don't know why I was so hungry that time of the morning. I'm not, but I was pretty hungry, and I ate it, and it tasted great. And then a little bit later, I cooked up a steak, a ribeye steak, and I had that for the rest of my food for the day, and that was it. And now I am fasting. It is fast day. I'm starting up the fast, and I'll be going for about 40 hours, so that's what's going on. Okay, it is Wednesday, and still fasting today, so I haven't eaten anything. Gives me more time to take care of other things. I got a lot of stuff done this morning, so that's good, right? So yeah, not eating, and tomorrow morning I'll get to that. Okay, it is Thursday, and today I got up and I broke my fast, and I think I made it to like 43 hours, something like that. And I went out and to the kitchen, and I had more of that ground beef that I'd had the last time I ate, not the day before. And that was good. That ground beef was great. And later in the day, I cut up some fat trimmings, and I used them along with the last of the ground beef as my other meal. And that was all the food that I had for today. And I think I'm doing good. Okay, folks, it is Friday, and I'm back to fasting again. Just started that a few minutes ago. This morning I got up and I had defrosted a roast last night, and I put it into the crock pot overnight, so I ate that this morning when I woke up. Not all of it, I ate some of it. And then later in the day I had a ribeye steak with some fat trimmings. I tried to have a little less fat trimmings than I usually do. I think I've been eating too much. I'm not sure though, because my stomach's still kind of a little rumbly. So either it's used to eating more, or maybe I'm not eating too much. I don't know. But I'm not going to eat anything for the next 40 some odd hours. And yeah, so that's what is going on today. We'll see how the fast goes tomorrow, and then we'll finish up the week on Sunday. That's going to be so awesome, right? Okay, it is Saturday, and I'm still fasting, so got nothing to talk about as far as food goes. But it'll be interesting tomorrow, because that will be my birthday. And my family's not going to make me eat like cake or something like that. They do want to make something for me. They were talking about making me bacon and eggs for breakfast. Some tri-tip roast for dinner, something like that. That's fine. It's carnivore. I mean, the tri-tip's even still lion diet. Bacon and eggs, not so much. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm fine with it, and I'm going to enjoy those bacon and eggs, I'll tell you that much. Will it cause me any issues? Will it make me retain some water, as bacon tends to do? I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I'm doing pretty good either way, and it doesn't really matter, because I'll just get right back to it the day after. So, well, maybe not. We do have a lot of bacon now. We got bacon at Costco, and it's, what, a 4-pack? So I might have to eat some more bacon next week. We'll see. Okay, it's Sunday, and sadly, today is my birthday. Not too excited about that. It's been a long time since I've been excited about that, but we still had some fun. We made it good. My wife gave me tickets to the NFL game today for my birthday. So we went out and we watched the Houston Texans eke one out over the, I almost said the Baltimore Colts, over the Indianapolis Colts. I guess that shows just how freaking old I am, doesn't it? Anyways, I finished up my fast this morning at 44 hours, and then they made me bacon and eggs for breakfast. That was pretty good. I can't complain about bacon and eggs. I always love bacon and eggs. It's not a lion diet, which I've been trying to live by, but it's still carnivore and it's still good. And I love bacon, so I ate it happily. I don't know if it'll cause me issues or not. I don't think it'll cause me, like, you know, it's not like eating vegetables where they would cause me digestive issues or something like that, but it may cause me, you know, retaining water kind of issues. I might be a little bit heavier than I would expect tomorrow morning. And then on top of that, at the end of the day, after all that stuff, she also made me a tri-tip roast to have for dinner. And I probably ate a little bit too much of that too, so I might just be a little extra heavy. Just from the amount of food that I took in my mouth, that weight added to me. I make my weight come up a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I think I had a pretty good week, and I think I lost a decent amount, and really making up for the last few weeks of being with a bad attitude. So I guess I've reached the end of my road to 50, everybody. I'm here. I didn't quite make it to Wonderland, but I got close. And I'm still gonna make it to Wonderland. And the 680 challenge, which probably none of you guys even remember me talking about with Marshall Latham back in the day. But that, I guess, is still going on. So I think Marshall's pretty much given up on that as far as I know, because I haven't heard a word from him about it in a very long time. But I'm sticking with it. I'm going to keep going. The road never ends as far as this kind of stuff goes. So it doesn't matter that it's my birthday. I just got to keep going. And tomorrow I'll be right back at it, eating good in the neighborhood, and going to get there, because with a positive attitude, you can do anything, everybody. That's right. All right, folks, there we go. That was this week. And to tell you the truth, I was a little worried about this week because I knew my birthday was right at the end, and I was wondering just how much that would mess me up. How much would I change things up? Would I screw things up? after doing so good for the whole rest of the time. But turns out I think I did just fine. Uh, I did eat stuff that wasn't lion diet, but that's not really a big deal when it comes down to it. Lion diet thing is something that I think that can help me, but I don't feel like it is necessary. I think it helps a lot of people. I think it particularly helps people who have like serious autoimmune issues, which I don't really have. So I'm not super into it as far as those kind of helps. But it also helps with losing weight. I think even more is just eating the fat trimmings and stuff like that and getting my fat up high enough that my hormones can get properly balanced so that I can start making things for my body, the hormones that I need for it to function properly. And that will, I think, help the most in getting myself to lose the weight that I need to lose and to gain the health that I need to gain. But yeah, this week wasn't too bad, despite the I mean, okay, I did turn 50, and that. Yes, I bleeped it for you, hopefully. Hopefully I didn't forget. But oh gosh, I'm not excited about that. I don't know if there are people out there who are excited about getting old, growing ever older. At a certain point, you just stop that. I think little kids, I guess, are excited about growing older. But eventually you get to the point where you realize, oh no, it's it's not just going to keep getting better always, always, always. Eventually it's going to start deteriorating. It's going to start going downhill, and I don't want to get closer and closer and closer to that. Not that we can do anything about it, but you know, my birthday, it came and now it's gone, and hopefully I can just put it behind me and forget about it and move on. And I can keep, I can lower my, how do they do that? There's some kind of thing that they talk about, like your biological age, but then your, I don't know if they call it your physiological, something like how old your body feels, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what the deal was with it, but they talk about, I think, your physiological age, or you're actually aged 50, but you have the body of a 45-year-old, you know. That's something that I guess I'd like to keep working on that, and maybe I can improve in that area, so that even though I'm older, I feel younger every day. And that's one of those great things about Carnivore, is that it really helps that kind of stuff go on. And I feel like I've definitely improved in that area. In the past year, I have gone from being somebody who was physiologically older than I don't know what the term is. We'll just use physiologically. Physiologically older than what their biology says. And then I got really serious about Carnivore. I stuck with it. I did well. I gained a great deal of health. I lost some weight, and I feel like now I am physiologically younger, maybe even like 10 years younger than I was just a little over a year ago. So that's pretty good. Got to be happy about that. But yeah, what happened this week? We'll get those numbers out there right away. Last week, at the end of the time, my average for the week was 228.7. And that was actually a pretty great result for me last week. I was already coming down from what I was before. But this week, I had some more success. And so my average for the week is 225.1. Huzzah, huzzah, we are on the right track. 2 weeks in a row on the right track. How about that? Even with my birthday, I didn't go off the rails and say, screw this, I can't deal with it, and fall back into my old habits of just, I don't know, self-medicating with sweets and treats and sody pops. So yeah, this week I lost 3.6 pounds on average. That's pretty cool. And if you look back at old videos, and I know nobody does, but old videos that I did on this channel from about 1.5 years ago, Marshall Latham and I had gotten together and we set up a plan to do what we called the Road to 50. That was more my name for it because I was on my way to being 50 years old. And for Marshall, he went with the Road to 55 because he turns 55 soon, like 4, something like that, months from now. Or also the 680 challenge, I think is what Marshall called it, because there was like 680 days from the time that we started until he turned 55. And here we are. I made it to 50. The road has come to an end. And what happened in that time? Where did I get? How did it go? Well, altogether, between the time we started and now, I lost 64.7 pounds, which is pretty darn good, I think, if you ask me. That is 22.33% of what was my total body weight. I am 22% smaller by volume. I don't know, that may not be right. I'm not scientist. I'm not exactly sure what the definition of volume is. But I am a lower percentage of mass than I was by 22%, which, you know, that's pretty good. I'm not quite as Stone Temple Pilots saying half the man that I used to be, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think I ever quite weighed enough that I could be half the man I used to be. In fact, I just typed it into the percentage calculator, and if I get all the way down to as low as I think I can go, I'll get to 37% of my body weight. So there's really, there's no way. I can't be half the man I used to be. But I can be 40%, 37% of the man. No, I can't even be that. I have to be 70. That's the math. 63% of the man I used to be. Anyways. But yeah, I think it's been a great process. A great event, this Road to 50. It really, really changed my life in a lot of ways. And it didn't start off that way. I started off failing and tripping and falling on my face and having to get back up and then tripping and falling on my face immediately again. I was like Sideshow Bob, where he steps on a rake and it hits him in the face and he goes, oh, and then he turns, he steps on another rake and he widens out and there's rakes everywhere all around him and he just keeps stepping on them and stepping on them. That was what I was when I first started into this Road to 50. It was like 3 months before I finally got it together and managed even a week of doing things right. But that's the great thing about carnivores. Once you get on a roll, you can really just stay on that roll because this is real food that you're eating. It's not garbage. You don't have to be perfect. You just eat that real food and your body will just say, yeah, let's have more of that real food. I'll stop making you crave everything else in the world like I used to because I was so desperate for nutrients. And you can just eat this stuff. This stuff's great. And those cravings just go away and it becomes so much easier to stick to your diet. And then, you know, the cravings, the bodily cravings are gone. There's still mental stuff there. There's still those habits and things like that your body, your brain is trying to say, yeah, you should do. Oh, you have to celebrate with cake. What are you doing? I didn't have a birthday cake. Instead, my family just wrapped a bunch of candles up with a ribbon, and they lit all of those at once, which made for a dangerously large flame. Don't light 50 candles at once. I blew it out as quick as I could because it was crazy. It was like having a campfire on the table. But yeah, it's great to have carnivore. It's great the changes that I've been able to make in the last year. I feel good about myself. I have motivation. That's another thing that has been so crazy. I started doing carnivore in May, really getting serious in May. That was when the road to 50 really got started, late May. And then I started getting really into getting myself to work hard on my passion of being an author, which, I always introduce myself as a podcaster, author, and a carnivore. I I call myself an author a lot of the times as encouragement, more so than as a literal definition. But since whenever I get on carnivore, I'm able to get that motivation to really put in the effort. Writing books is hard. You got to have a lot of what they call stick-to-itiveness. If you can't stick to it, you'll never get there, because you can't write a book in a day. But I have managed to do that. And starting at my birthday last year, I made goals to write every single day, and I pretty much hit that the entire year. I've written more this year than I have in any other year. And, I think it's all due to this, all due to the feelings that you get, the just how much better you are inside because you're giving your body what it needs. Your mind clears up. There won't be such things as brain fog and things like that when you're on carnivore. You won't have depression and anxiety as much as you would otherwise. You have to really try. You have to focus on stupid stuff to get depressed if you're doing carnivore. And that's, I've done a little of that. You're not immune, but it's much easier to do things the right way if you are feeding yourself and caring for yourself the way that you should, giving your body the food that it needs, the nutrients that it needs to succeed. And I feel like I'm succeeding. I feel like that is one of the main takeaways from this, is that by doing this, it is helping me to succeed. And I'm completely satisfied with how this has gone. No, I'm not done. Okay, the year, I made it to 50, and that was, what we were driving at, but I pretty much have left that behind long ago. Obviously, I'm still trying to get to Wonderland. I haven't quite made it there. I came ever so close, but then I let it slide for a while, and now I got to work just to get back to where I was. And that'll happen. I'm not too worried about that. Sometimes you just got to figure out what it is that makes things work. You got to adjust things, whatever. And I'm still working on that. And sooner or later, I'll get there. And I will keep going like this forever because of what it does for me. Sometimes I wonder if it's worth it. Sometimes I wonder, do I want to go on like this all by myself? Or should I just get back in with the crowd? Because my whole family is part of the crowd. Why don't I just join their crowd and be, less motivated and less healthy along with them, so that we can all die at the same time instead of me outliving them all. Well, I don't know. You never know what's going to happen with that. How long you live is a little bit of a fluke all around. Doesn't matter. You can be the healthiest person in the world. You step in front of a bus, you're not gonna do well. So there's a whole lot of other things involved. But anyways, I don't know that I could do that. I think the most important thing is to be able to really live while I'm alive. That's what I really want. And I've heard Sean Baker talk about that too. You know, a lot of times he'll get confronted by people who say, "Oh yeah, well this vegan guy, he lived to be 100 years old, but your Dr. Atkins, he died when he was younger." Of course, Dr. Atkins didn't die of a heart attack from eating meat or something like that. It was something completely different than that. And you know, the guy who lived to be 100 years old, and that's what he would say. He's just like, you know, you can't even compare it. Do I want to be 100 years old as basically a living corpse that has to have everything done for it, but at least it can still keep breathing on its own? Or do I want to only live to 75, but be absolutely vital the whole time, full of vitality and ability to do things? That's what I want. I want, I think, what they call a health span instead of a lifespan. I want a long health span. And I want as many other people as I can get to follow me to have that too. That would be great. I don't know who I can convince. Hopefully these videos help you. I haven't been able to convince my own family, but it would be nice if somebody else out there is finding some helpfulness and some usefulness out of this whole thing that I've been doing. It's not too hard to keep doing these videos. I mean, I make videos for a living anyways, but it's not that easy either. It takes effort, and I hope that it's doing some good. And if it is, leave a comment about it in the video and let me know. I'd love to hear it because it would definitely give me some motivation. But I'm really glad to hear that it is helping you. I'm really glad that I was able to do something for you, and hopefully I can continue. I'm going to keep at it through my ups and downs. I'm sure I will continue to struggle, and I'll have downs and I'll have ups, and I'll be having to push my way sometimes, and I'll slack off other times, and I will keep at it no matter what, and I will be here. And this is kind of a long video, so I'm gonna shut up now. Hopefully somebody even made it this far to the end. Hopefully what I had to say was worth listening to well enough that you made it to the end. But if you didn't, thanks for watching as much as you did. And if you did, thanks for sticking with me. All right, folks. I will see you again next time here on Big Anklovich on health.